Hello friends, my name is Ashish Sirsikar and today we are going to learn Camunda Spring Boot integration. So there are few steps and that we have to perform here is that is we will first create a Spring Boot application. Okay, Spring Boot application, and then we will add one Camunda dependencies. Okay, Camunda with a normal Spring H2 database. Okay, and after that we have to create one bpmn file, and fourth step, then we will deploy the application. Okay, so this is the agenda that we are going to cover with this Camunda Spring Boot integration. And first of all, to start with, you must have some basic knowledge of Java as well as Spring Boot, so that it will easy for you to understand all these things. Also, if you have basic Camunda knowledge, then it will be good for you. And if you don't have that one, so nothing to worry. We'll be cover some basic things like how we can create a bpmn and all that I can share in this video. Okay, so let's start. So I have already created some basic application where I have integrated Camunda. So I have created this simple Spring Boot application. I can show you this. So see, here I have used Spring Boot version 2.2.5. Okay, I am using here version Spring Boot 2.2.5, and I am using again Camunda bpmn Spring Boot starter web app. This dependency I am referring with 3.4.0 version, and we need a database as well. Here your all process things will stored into the in this database, and this is the supportable dependencies. So this is the dependencies that we have to make sure that we are adding into our form. This is the most important and necessary dependencies to run this application, so you have to make sure that. Then we will go over the process.xml. So what is process.xml? So process.xml generally puts under meta.inf file. So process.xml, now I have empty files because I am directly running it from Java. So you can write your bpmn entry into the process.xml. like if you have some bpmn file and you wanted to deploy into the servers, so you can put this entry here with full path. Okay, and you can do in Java as well. So I did in Java because this is the first basic example that I am covering here. So you can see here I have created one simple application, and see, to start your process you have to use this runtime service. Okay, you have to use this runtime service, and this is the event listener. Okay, that we have to use. So if you put this entry in process.xml, then also it will work. And if you do like this, like by putting this annotations, event listener, and runtime dot start process instance key, and this is the key of this process file. So this is how that bpmn file get executed. And the third step is we have to put some configuration as well. So this is my server.port, this is my Camunda bpmn user id and password. If you don't put your user id and password here, then at the time of application login it will ask you to create one user. So that time you can also create, but I am creating here only. and this is my first name and last name, and I am creating one filter as well where I can see the task. Okay, the task means the BPMN file that we are going to execute by using some flow. So I am putting my BPMN file in this folder. I can show you this resource folder. Okay, so this is the BPMN file. So now we'll see how this BPMN file, how can we create this BPMN file. Okay, BPMN stands for business process management. Okay, so you can see here I have opened this loan approval BPMN file. So see, this is the start process, you can see start event, and this is the end process. Everything will be happen in between this start and end event. So now we have these many components we have here. So now, like, this is a basic example, so we are using just a simple task here. Okay, so first I have put this start event and end event, and in between I have put this create task. Okay, this I have done this, like you can do this way as well. So this is how I have created. So now in that task we have this many kind of task, like simple task, send task, receive task, manual task, then service task. Okay, and this user task, we are using this is a user task. If you have some basic understanding of Camunda, then you will easily understand the use of each and every task. Okay, so I am using user task, that means to execute this to execute this loan approval process, we need some user activities here. So this is the user activity that we need to do when we deploy the application. So we'll see how it is. So now we'll go over the Spring Boot STS. Okay, and now I am building this application. Meantime, I'll show you some tutorials as well. You can visit this docs.camunda.org where getting started Spring Boot. Here you can see the each and every steps that configuration, Spring Boot Camunda configuration. So you can go over this and work accordingly. Okay, so now I am deploying this application Spring Boot. So see, I have started this Spring Boot application. You can see the log here as well. See, if you did this deployment first time, then you will see that your loan approval or whichever file is present into the resource folder, whichever BPMN file is present into the resource folder, that will get deployed in this. Okay, like we are using a Tomcat server here, Tomcat container here. So you can see my loan approval BPMN file is loaded into the Camunda, and this is the ID. Okay, and one more thing I have missed here is, like, this is the start event and this is the end event. In between I have this user task. Okay, so this user task is assigned to whom, that we are writing here in assignee details. Okay, so I am assigning this task to this user, the name called Swastik. Okay, so Swastik will perform the approval action against to this loan approval. Okay, loan approval process. So now we will see localhost what is the port? 8090. Okay, we are logging by using property files, admin Camunda user ID and password. We are logging in. Okay, and you can see your cockpit here. What is the I mean, let's see, this is the three models we have in Camunda: cockpit, task list and admin. We don't need admin now, but cockpit is kind of your process. Okay, like what is happening, this is, you can see your one running process here. Okay, so you can see here your process loan approval process is deployed. So you can see here a process instance ID, and see your process is pending here. Okay, that means, see, you can see here one running activity instances, so it will go here and pending with this user. Okay, so if user will get some action, then it will get completed. So I'll show you another thing as well. And we have task list. The second component is task list. So inside that, see, I have created one filter, and inside that I have which I have deployed the task, you can see here. Okay, so if you complete, like as I said, this task is assigned to Swastik user as per our Camunda. If you see here, sorry, if you see here, assign is Swastik, so this is assigned to Swastik user, and now I am going to complete that process. So that means my loan is approved this time. So now if I go again to cockpit, and then if you can see here, there is no active instances. Okay, so there is no active instances now, and you can see the history as well, but I am using here community edition of Camunda, so I can't see the history. But if it is the enterprise edition, then you can see the history of that your previous process as well. So this is the process of Camunda with Spring Boot application. Okay, and also you can see this project into my GitHub link. I have put this in the video description. You can get it from there and check it out, and you can try it on your local machine as well. So that is it. Thank you, friend, and if you like my video, you can click on the bell icon as well as like this video and subscribe my channel. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Thanks for watching.